Eric Paul's in here with 9 to 5 Sports. Going to be getting into the sleepers here for the Fortinet Championship. And obviously, with this tournament, it's the first tournament of the year, which means we have a lot more Korn Ferry Tour players from last year, or just a lot of new PGA Tour players in general this season. So there's going to be a lot of sleepers here. So I'm actually only going to touch on like one player from last year that has like some strong data points. Then the next ones are going to be focusing on players that were former Korn Ferry Tour players or players elsewhere. So kind of exciting there. Kind of have to do a deep dive, so I'm excited for that. But we're going to start off here with Patrick Rodgers. So Patrick Rodgers, to me, kind of the one, I guess, sleeper pick here at his current price point. Has been playing better as of recent if you kind of look at it. So missed the cut the window championship. Then he finished 39th at the 3M Open, Barbasol Championship 5th, 23rd at the John Deere Classic. You know, had just been making cuts prior to that. Has made 4 straight cuts here in a row at this tournament. Not the best staff in the field, but he is one of those guys where when he plays well at a tournament, you typically want to target him. Now, he's not someone I'm really going out of my way to play, but he's also someone that I could see, you know, having a strong week. And then just kind of a caveat as well, Chasson Hadley. I don't hate him. Had been playing decent down the stretch as well. Has played this tournament really well, though. 3 of his starts here have been top 25 or better finishes. Had 1 missed cut in there, but, you know, overall pretty decent there for Chasson Hadley. Now we're going to switch gears, and we're going to get into some of the Korn Ferry Tour players, which with that, I'm just going to pull their Korn Ferry Tour data up here, right here for you guys on PGAtour.com. This is something that I could source, I just haven't done it yet. So we're just going to show you his stats from, you know, down the stretch. So Hayden Buckley, okay, he finished T4th at the Korn Ferry Tour Championship, which we like. Missed the cut prior to that, but then before that, T7, T26, T2, T69, you know, has been coming in with some great golf. But what I really like about him as well is that in 2 of the key stats that we're looking at, which the Korn Ferry Tour doesn't provide us all the data for, like strokes gained and whatnot, they give us, you know, some good data points to go off of. One of them, good drive percentage. He ranks 2nd in that, and then ball striking ranks 3rd in that. So ranks top 5 or better on the Korn Ferry Tour last year, and a few of the key stats that we're looking at. So yeah, I do decently like Hayden Buckley, especially at his price point. He's a value play, and he's someone that I think we could kind of try to chase that upside there for Hayden Buckley. And now we're going to switch into another player, not as much of a lock play, but it's going to be Brandon Wu. You can see he's got a little bit of the California narrative there, if you will, but he hasn't been playing some good golf. He did rank out really well in ball striking and good drive percentage as well, though. 1st in good drive percentage, 7th in ball striking. So I could see a path where he does go out and play well at this tournament. Obviously played really strong at the start of the year. Maybe the long season just got to him. I don't know. That's for you guys to decide. It's kind of risky because he did play poorly at the Korn Ferry Tour Championship. Not someone I'm going crazy with, but he is someone that if you end up on him, I'm perfectly fine with him as a pick as well. And then just one other player that I do want to mention to you guys. Going to have to search for him. Let's pull him up here on this. And I'll just give it to you guys, kind of just breaking it down here. So Alex Smalley is his name, and I probably butchered that. But he played really well on the Mackenzie Tour, the Canadian Tour. I think it's called a different name now. But he's made 4 straight cuts in a row on the PGA Tour. 2 of those were on the Corrales Championship, so take that for what it's worth. But 4 straight made cuts on the PGA Tour, and then his last missed cut on the Korn Ferry Tour was from a year ago. So 3 made cuts on the Korn Ferry Tour, 4 straight on the PGA Tour, and then played well on the Canadian Tour as well. So just another name that I don't mind at the 7K price point range, but that price point range is pretty loaded, guys. So there's a lot of quality plays that you can go with at that 7K price point range. But for me, he's a decent sleeper. Stat-wise, he was decent in overall. Not someone that I'm crazy with, but he's someone that I can up on in 5% of my GPP builds. But hey, I'm going to be trying to break down these videos into one sleeper video and one fades video. If that is something that you guys like, let me know, and I can continue to do that. If not, I can go back to just including them all into one video. Try to make it short as possible. But that's all I have for you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe. And as always, let's keep cashing.